Welcome to the build review for this Tornado ECR in 1/44th scale. I did a couple of tutorial videos about the cockpit and decals already, so I won't go into detail as much as usual here. There were no decals for the instrument panels, so a lot of work went into painting all the dials and switches. I used a panel liner and a needle to add different colors. The ejection seats also lack detail, so I made seat belts from masking tape. For more details, check out my scale modeling basics video. I also made a video about canopy masking, so if you are new to modeling, check it out. A small modification I had to do was to remove and fill the gun ports because the ECR version of the German Tornadoes is not equipped with cannons. Other than that, there were no issues with the assembly of the Tornado kit. You can still move the wings after assembly if you don't use glue here. The front section fits nicely into the fuselage. After assembly I masked and painted the landing gear base. I also did some dry brushing to add a bit of detail. Then I just closed them with a bit of masking fluid and continued priming the aircraft. It was the first time I used Mr. Finishing Surfacer and Mr. Leveling Thinner, but all went well. The pre-shading though was a bit of a problem, because my airbrush just clogged all the time. I just couldn't get the right consistency of the REVELL aqua paint, so I brush painted some of the pre-shading. The base color with ammo of mixed dark compass ghost grey worked well on the other hand. When the base coat was done, I masked off these areas where the wings are swept using tape and masking fluid. Then I used a slightly darker grey to airbrush it. Up next I painted some more details like the nose and wingtips. All that worked out well, and my poor pre-shading also wasn't very visible anymore, so I sprayed on a gloss coat and started decaling. There is also a separate tutorial video for that where I go into detail more. All in all, it was quite a challenge to align this Tigermeet scheme. Sometimes it felt more like a puzzle than a scale model. I needed a lot of setting solutions, but luckily there was no silvering in the end. After the decals I applied another coat of gloss and applied a panel line wash. Then I added the loadout, landing gear and engine nozzles and sealed everything with a satin varnish. Up next I removed the masking tape from the canopy so I could add the rest of the decals around the canopy. The masking had worked well here, but applying the rest of the decals was a pure nightmare. One of the problems was that the manual just isn't accurate enough to show you where exactly the decals have to be placed. Furthermore, you have to align several decals precisely. If just one of them is slightly in the wrong place, all of the others will be misaligned too. Therefore, I wouldn't recommend this kit to anyone who doesn't have a lot of experience with decaling. Also, there were a few mistakes in the manual. Overall, the outcome is quite okay for this small scale in my opinion. The Tornado isn't an aircraft I'm particularly interested in, so I decided to move on to something more interesting. You will soon find an unboxing video of my next project on the channel, so please subscribe and hit the bell. Also check out the links in the description for my other social media channels and some links to pages where you can help this small channel out. So that's all for this project. Thanks for watching, have a nice day and bye!